So DoBoy and Spoety Face on the Thursday No Jumper Show. I'm going to be honest with y'all. This is going to be a cold little back and forth between these two fellas. I don't believe that there's any real beef or anything. I think that DoBoy just likes arguing. I believe the same about Spoety Face, and they both be thinking they right. Simple as that. But DoBoy pressed my boy Spoety Face about pushing peace and all the streets. He said, man, if this is what you're trying to do, man, why you don't just denounce the streets? We know how Spoety Face speaks about the streets, hood business and all that. You know what I'm saying? He does do his activism, but he's also from where he's from. And his beliefs are his beliefs. But what we gonna do is, man, we gonna get into this off the back. Like Spoety Face cousin. What's the righteous word? It's your boy Gangland Neem, aka Neiman, I before the E. Man, golly, I don't know, y'all. Remember that. We back with another video. New video. Shout out all my good subs. Greatly appreciate y'all. You know it. Ooh, you know it. And we back with another one. I'm going to like this little saga. This little, I don't know if this is a rivalry or what you call this. Again, I'm not trying to kick up no dust, and won't be no dust. Nobody's about to fight. Nobody's about to bust toast, or this ain't that. It's just debating. It's just debating. One person believes this, one person believes this, and they both not going. Right? Again, my boy DoBoy says, yo, why don't you just renounce the streets? You know what I mean? You've been locked up for all this time, this, that, and the other. And Spoety Face says, look, it doesn't matter if you're a civilian, a gang member, or whoever you is. A rat is a rat is a rat is a rat. And I tend to believe the same thing. Just because you don't participate in the streets don't mean because you told you are not a rat. A rat is just a rat. Simple as that. But if this is your first time to the channel, like and describe off the back. Off the back, don't troll me. If this is your first time to the channel, shame on you. Shame on you. But we gonna get straight into this.
And shit, when he said the streets is dead, Wack called up there angry as hell. It was crazy. Or just saying.
And that's a question I got to Spoety. Why can't we just renounce the streets? Will you not renounce the streets?
I think Spoety does on the regular.
He renounces them a little bit.
He does all kinds of activism.
As far as what?
Like, nigga, gang banging was never profitable. You are one of the people that, nigga, you went to prison, you did the shit, you did all the tough shit, all of that. These little kids, like, you don't want to tell them because I see that sometimes I feel like you be straddling the fence a little bit.
How? Straddling the fence about what?
Because
I'm the only person on the internet that's saying I don't believe in gang violence.
No,
what are you talking about?
But at the same time, you'll be like, yo, I don't believe in that civilian shit. We can't tell on shit.
J-Main making a kind of mockery out of pushing peace.
He's not.
That's something he playing.
He's going to his ops hood and like shooting content and like publicly apologizing to people and shit.
Man, you talking about content. I'm talking about real life.
Yeah, but content is like how we...
I believe that J-Main is pushing peace too, and I respect what he's doing. I think Spoety feel like, white man, you can't tell me nothing about pushing peace in my culture because you don't know about it. That's what Spoety want to say, but he don't really be trying to get at Kiwi Head like that. So I'll say it for you. White man, don't tell me nothing about my culture and pushing peace in my culture. Straight up. That's what Spoety want to say. He be tight when Kiwi Head have an opinion about some shit. And I feel him too because, hey, he probably shouldn't. But y'all do have these conversations around and with him about all kind of stuff in our culture.
Express ourselves in 2026.
I'm talking about in real life.
I just would love to see you renounce the streets because you're such a dope individual. Because it never brought nothing good to our people.
He's still putting in work.
What are you talking about?
No, because no,
explain what you talking about.
He's still putting in work. That wasn't a funny joke, gang. Spoety Face ain't putting in no work, man. Nigga's an activist, and he had no jumper all the damn time. What you mean putting in work? Shut up.
To the streets, cause I'm lost.
Like specifically, what do you want him to say?
So the thing that you be saying, like you be acting like, okay, you all on this activism shit, and I'm with you on that. But then you tell people like, no, I don't believe in this civilian shit. You can't snitch on people. Like, no, like if somebody does something wrong to you, tell on them. Why won't you just be like this street shit and some goofy shit?
No, that might have been me saying I don't believe in that civilian shit.
No, listen,
he said that too.
I said that too.
On the news recently.
I don't believe in that neither. But just because I don't believe in snitching or a motherfucker being a rat doesn't mean that I don't. Listen, first of all, when I say I push peace, I'm talking about gang violence. This world is not a peaceful place, and I keep telling people that. So my whole thing is, I mean, gang violence. I think gang banging is stupid. That's just me personally. But I understand the people who still does it, and that's what they want to be, and they love their community because I was once there.
But I'm a civilian, so
let me. You asking me a question. You gotta let me finish, brother.
Yes, sir.
So when I say peace, I mean gang violence. You talking about renounce the streets and all that? That's a part of my morals. That's a part of my ethics. My word and my signature is my bond. That's who I am as a man. That has nothing to do with the streets. That has nothing to do with the streets. And being a civilian and you think people just got a green light to snitch and all that, I just don't believe in that, bro.
So what I'm asking you is, I'm a civilian.
And this is the thing too, right? Shout out Spoety what he just said right there, because I feel that. This is a man who come from a certain section, right? And he's put in his work, his time in jail and everything else for said section. This is somebody who's coming out saying, yo, this street shit is stupid. It is, absolutely, right? But he's also saying, I don't believe in niggas telling. I understand where some people would be like, yo, how can you say that? But you say the street is stupid, whatever. Yo, you ever heard of a tattletale, right? Remember growing up and you come and tell your parents something and they go, hey, nobody likes a tattletale. I remember that, right? A tattletale is a snitch. You understand what I'm saying? Again, we hear snitch thrown around in the streets and this, that, and the other, but really what it is a tattletale. Nobody likes a tattletale. That's the point. He just saying, hey, I don't believe in telling. Simple as that. You could think the streets is stupid and still believe in not telling. I don't believe in tattletelling. That's what it is. We get the rat, the snitch thing thrown around, but it's just telling, bro. Stop telling the truth on game.
If I get robbed,
you a rat, though.
and I go tell the police this nigga robbed me, I'm a rat.
Yeah,
that's where you contradict yourself.
How?
Because you just sat here and said that, yo, I'm for the peace, I'm for the good shit, whatever.
Yeah, I am.
But if I get robbed and I go tell the police this nigga robbed me, I'm a rat.
The definition of a rat is when you go cooperate or assist law enforcement in any way, shape, form. I'm just telling you the definition. You don't like the way it sounded to come out because it's harsh.
Hey, DoBoy, he said
exactly. And that's what it is. Niggas don't like being called rats. Nigga, and I'm talking about civilians too. Because DoBoy's a civilian. He like, man, you call me a rat if I wanna tell. Yeah, you're a tattleteller, aka a rat. Now, you might not like the rat word instead of tattletale, right? But it's the same exact thing. I think that the word snitch rat makes somebody feel away. And this is what I would say too, right? If you are a civilian and you don't participate in the streets, then who the hell cares if a street nigga call you a rat? I don't give a damn. I'm not in the streets. I don't participate in the street rules. So, hey, if you telling and you participate in telling, that's just what you stand on, then who cares about what a hood nigga's saying? Just throwing that out there.
The definition of a rat.
When he pressing peace, he talking about gang violence. He ain't talking about nigga getting booked.
Okay.
And I think it's just, the connotation of being called a rat, but also I don't live by what street dudes call me either. But you shouldn't care that he's calling you a rat, though. Right. You shouldn't care that he considers you a rat for doing that.
No, but I hate the fact that he calls me a rat.
But the nerve of you attack police, but you don't want to get, you can snitch, but you don't want a nigga to call you a rat.
Snitch what if I'm a fucking civilian, brother?
You the reason why the streets is
that's that shit I'm talking about.
When that shit come out?
When
that civilian shit come out?
Since gangsta's been on the internet.
Because I'm a regular nigga.
Podcasting.
So So if I'm walking down the street and I get jukes for my chain, I'm a fucking rat because I tell?
That's the definition of a rat.
But why do you care so much what street dudes think?
And that's when you straddle the fence.
I don't care if he thinks I'm a rat, if that's what my whole thing is. Like,
he wanted you.
Hey, shout out Moose Knuckle because he's cooking over there in the corner. Shout out Moose Knuckle in the corner over there cooking, right? Because again, why do you care what a street nigga calling you if you don't subscribe to the street rules? If you're not a street nigga, you're not a gang member or any of that, then what do you care a nigga calling you a rat? I wouldn't give a fuck. Straight up, okay, I'm a rat, yeah, and I'm telling. Simple as that. Like, why do you even care? And this is the thing too. All this comes on the heels of Gucci Mane cooperating with the police because he got robbed by Pooh Shiesty, allegedly, right? This is the thing too. I don't agree with what Gucci Mane did, for the record. And it's not because, well, it is. It is because he's a street nigga and he pushed this message for so long. Yo, his whole thing was, I never cooperate. I never rat. I'll never tell. And then you did. Mind you, you have white people who was with you who's probably going to tell it all any damn way. So you didn't even need to cooperate. Get what I'm saying? But that's what this conversation stemmed from anyway. But, you know, Gucci told, and I don't necessarily believe in that, because you didn't have to cooperate with law to file a civil suit or whatever. You feel me? You don't have to cooperate with law enforcement on getting the man locked up. And it's the thing too, man. You do the crime, you gotta do the time. It is what it is, bro. But again, we talk about Gucci Mane, gang. We talk about Gucci Mane, bruh. Like, come on, man. That's crazy. That's crazy, but let's continue. Good conversation, man. Shout out No Jumper, man, for these convos.
Use a civilian pass to snitch, but he don't like that label.
No, I don't need no civilian pass to snitch. But what I'm saying is, if you stand on what you standing on, why don't you just be like, nigga, if you tell, that's okay.
No, that's not, but it's not okay with me, though.
So if somebody do something to me, I should just let it happen.
No, you should get cracking.
What if somebody shoots my mom?
Get cracking.
And that's what I'm talking.
Wait, you're saying even me as a civilian?
Now, right there, I had to disagree, but this is what I'm gonna tell you. I'll be watching Spoety up here, and you know what I'm saying. I talk to Spoety too, right? You know what I'm saying. Me and Spoety fly, right? I think right here at this point, because nobody really be understanding what he's saying, and sometimes he don't got the right words to convey the message he trying to get across. I think he be frustrated, so he says things like this: "Get cracking." I don't believe in that though. Hey, everybody is not built like get cracking. It just is what it is. I feel like you should have some type of innate primal instinct that when something bad happens to you or your family, you feel a way about it and want to react. But again, that might not always be right. Get cracking, and then what? Somebody shoot my mom, I get cracking, now she gone, and so am I. Right? So I can't really agree with that. You know what I mean? And again, I think he might have said that out of frustration, like get cracking, because you couldn't believe that nigga just supposed to get cracking, right? I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments how y'all feel about that, because I know a lot of people too. I'll be live and do these videos and I see different comments. How many of y'all is getting cracking on some shit like that? And I mean realistically, bro. Someone kills your mother. Are you then going on a taken mission or some shit? Do you turn to Liam Neeson, find this person, and put them down? Honest question. Y'all let me know in the comments.
Who obviously has no intent of getting it cracking. If someone shoots my 76-year-old mother,
if somebody
it's on me to take the law into my hands. I think you realize right now how retarded this sounds, right?
It's ridiculous.
But that's a street perspective. That's what I don't.
Your argument is
street
ridiculous.
perspective should have room for civilians to not be treated like they have to crash out.
And you spend time in the penitentiary, bro.
Honestly, if the homies heard that homie went and go put in some work and they killed the old lady by accident, they go be on him. Like, what the fuck is you doing? Why you didn't get your man? You get chastised for shit like that. So they like niggas, you know what I'm saying? They ain't a stripe or anything.
But to me, the civilians be more mad at getting called a rat, even though they snitch. If you snitch, it's used as a rat.
Yeah, I just don't get why y'all care. Why as civilians do we care about?
This is the most painful thing that I deal with. Why do we not give a fuck about our time? You spent time in the penitentiary, so you really sat there and looked at your wall. So why would you come out pumping this shit like just give up your time? But
He's like
time is something that we can't get back.
Time is the one thing that you can't get back. That's why I don't waste any. Straight up. And I agree with DoBoy on this. I'm going to be honest with y'all, right? What they say, straddling the fence. I might be straddling the fence on this because I see both sides of the argument. I understand both sides of the argument. I understand DoBoy being like, yo, what are you talking about? Like, you supposed to be pushing peace, this, that, and the other. You spent so much time in jail. You lost all this time of your life in jail fighting for some shit that in this day and age right now, you speak against, right? But then you like, oh, get cracking and throw my life away. And you know what I'm saying? I get what DoBoy's saying. 100% I do. But I also get what Spoety Face is saying. Yo, aside from the get cracking, I do not agree with the get cracking. Me personally, straight up. I don't agree with the get cracking, right? But if you tell, regardless of being a civilian or not, you're a tattletale, aka a snitch. I think that's where we losing. I think that's where the disconnect is. Snitch, rat equal tattletale. If a nigga said tattletale, they probably wouldn't feel like rat or snitch does. But it's all the same thing. You get what I'm saying? And as a civilian, like DoBoy, you should not even care. Moose Knuckle brought up this point earlier. You should not even care, right? About somebody who, no matter who it is, street nigga, civilian, or anybody, calling you a rat or a snitch. Because, hey, I don't care. I'm doing what I feel I should do as a civilian. Simple as that. But I understand both points. I ain't gonna lie.
What are you talking? I'm lost with you. I'm lost with you.
Saying if somebody shoots Adam's mom and Adam goes and ups the blick and kills the dude that killed him, you're telling Adam to crash out and end up
like
in prison.
Time don't matter.
Push peace and say shit like that.
Listen. If you can sit there, first of all, I'm not telling nobody to do anything.
You are.
That's
what the street code would say.
So listen. Per street code that you supposed to get cracked. And to me, you ain't even got to be a part of the streets. If somebody comes smoke your mama and you don't want to go get cracking.
I want to, but I also value my freedom and I value spending my life with my child and operating this business.
But I understand.
So I'm going to let the cops handle it for me.
So I understand.
That's what my tax dollars are paying them for.
So I understand your narrative, but you got, if that's the route you choose to take, you can't get mad when I'm like, Adam, you a fucking rat. You a snitch.
I just think it's like so lacking in logic.
But you make niggas feel goofy because they just do the right thing.
Because you are goofy.
How?
Nigga, if you go right now.
How do you not value your time?
Somebody smoked your mom. You don't.
No, but that's one thing you can't get back is time. You can't buy time.
Listen, we two different people.
We are two different people.
Yeah, because ain't no way in hell I'm gonna be sitting on God's green earth right now and somebody smoked my mama and I don't feel no certain type of way. Bro.
I think what the problem is, you guys are just trying to be reasonable with the streets, and the streets pretty much make you have to be
don't make no sense.
The streets don't love that, nigga, and I have to learn that shit.
I got a little brother doing 37 in life right now. I hate that shit. I hate that thought. I hate that thought process.
Either you in or you out.
No, but it's not like that because our time is valuable, bro.
Yeah, so if you're in the streets,
do you not feel like your time is valuable?
Man, some people don't. That's what they choose to do.
What's the longest stretch you ever sat down for?
I just did 12 and a half years.
And nigga, did that not mean something? So when you were sitting in that fucking box, did you not think to yourself like, I deserve more than this?
Why you think I would like who wouldn't? That has nothing to do with being a snitch. You taking something to the whole like, why do you think I get out and I'm doing the things that I'm doing?
No, I respect that.
And I'm saying the things we talking about
because you act like you'll just give up the time easily, and your time is valuable.
No, because if he's saying somebody shot his mama, that's like the most extreme version. So it's not just black and white. There's nuance in the middle.
You can't get that time back, but you can't get your mama back either.
Yeah.
So you only get one of those.
I think there's some nuance there.
But to make it particular on one person, Roderick Davis is wrong.
Radrick.
He's a rat.
Yeah. Whatever. That nigga's wrong.
Super rat.
Why?
Because he spent 20 years telling us what a gangster he was.
No. He poisoned the whole lot of kids,
He is a tax-paying citizen. He's been a millionaire. He's been a millionaire for 20 years. What the fuck? This is the same shit that happened to Little Dirk, bro.
No. Listen. That's why I don't like Rick Ross, because he was a cop and came out trying to portray to be a dope dealer, and somebody want to take on that path and follow you, and you don't even do that, you foul. Because your kids ain't in the street shooting nobody or selling dope. I don't like pretenders. So now you got this nigga Roderick or whatever the fuck, Gucci, man.
Gucci.
This idiot, he done poisoned kids all these years, almost, 2 decades plus?
Yeah, plus.
Mm-hmm. And they want to gangbang and they don't want to be the cops playing cops and robbers. And now he told.
They
made a song about
what
it.
In the entire?
I don't care how much money you got later on down the line. You don't poison everybody.
DoBoy, all right, I'm just gonna put it like this. You know how like everybody loves to show the old tweets from Trump where he says like no war in Iran, no foreign wars, I'm a president of peace, etc.
Right.
We have a very similar feeling when we see the Gucci Mane tweets from 2014 in which he says that he would never snitch on someone, would never cooperate, would never.
And all the interviews and everything else. Speaking against ratting. Again, yo, homie got booked for his jewelry, his earrings, his chain, his watch, all the shit, right? He could have filed a civil suit or whatever, bro. He did not have to go to the law. He did not have to participate with the law. Now, mind you, folks do what they want to do. I'm not here to push nothing. I'm just here to give my commentary, right? So I'm not even going to, I don't agree with that. That's me personally, right? Especially coming from somebody like Gucci Mane, bro. He's literally the top of the food chain when it comes to this trap rap shit. Of course, we can evolve and all that. But for you to participate with the law, that's where the issue is, bro. Again, I don't believe filing a lawsuit, a civil suit is participating in law because it's not criminal. But for you to participate with the white mans who was with you, because you know they was going to tell something anyway. For you to do that after all this time, I think it's kind of crazy. But I can't necessarily judge him. I don't agree. But I can't judge him. I didn't get booked for my shit from an artist I signed. So, hey, it is what it is.
Or be a rat, etc. Right. It's like pretty easy to understand why people feel like it's contradictory for him to make a statement to the cops about Pooh Shiesty.
So this is where I'm at with Gucci Mane. It's the same shit with Lil Durk. Like this fucking social media is gonna make everybody crash out. And for what
does that have to do with it?
He was out before social media, bro.
So what I'm saying, wait. What I'm saying is this: what is he supposed to do? He has been a millionaire for 20 years.
It up.
Is he gonna go kill the dude?
No, chalk it up.
You just can't give a statement to the cops because that's the rule of gangsterism.
Or let me say it. Let me break it down. It can't get I can't simplify it no more. That's just like all the Italian mafia dudes. When they was president, they unalived all them people for ratting, cooperating, and disobeying and all that. And when all them got indicted, what most of them did.
Flipped.
They end up ratting and doing everything that they caught them bodies for. So that's just the same thing like Gucci. It's not the same, but it's kind of like the same.
And those guys are looked at as all bad.
I feel like we put Gucci in an impossible situation. How is he supposed to react to this? A nigga pulled up with an AR in his face. Like, what was he supposed to do?
But that's not the problem. The problem is what he did once he had the conversation with the cops. And even I, as a civilian, can see that.
Especially when you have people with you who are already cooperating with the police.
It's contradictory
you're protected by the Fifth Amendment.
Everything he told us about himself for 20 years.
Because he was a rapper. He's
still a rapper.
He was selling y'all a story.
No, he said go dig up Pookie Low.
And that be the problem. That's why you never idolize no actors, rappers, entertainers, bro. Because at the end of the day, they selling you a story. And he not lying about that. He's not. He not lying about that. You got niggas around here talk about drilling and killing. They not drilling and killing, but they inspired the next generation to do so. Yeah, Future notoriously talking about popping yerks, this, that, and the other, and come to find out he wasn't doing none of that. You know, that's why you don't idolize these kind of people. You feel me? I've never had an idol in an entertainer. God bless the dead. My father was my idol. I won't lie to you. I never thought about celebrities and entertainers in that fashion. You know what I mean? But again, I do agree with both of them. I think that you can push peace and still feel like, hey, a nigga is a snitch, a rat, a tattletale if he tell on folks, because you are. You know what I'm saying? I also feel like as a civilian, if somebody calling you a rat, you shouldn't give a damn. Straight like that. Again, I see both points, but I like DoBoy and Spoety Face back and forth. I really do. They get into it a few different times, and we're going to be here for all that. Don't worry about it, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But shout out No Jumper for the clip. Shout out Spoety Face and DoBoy. Two good men. You know what I'm talking about? Two good men. Now, for anybody looking for any kind of marketing or promotion when it comes to this YouTube content creation, make sure y'all tap in with Drea the Virgo on Instagram. Again, that's Drea the Virgo on Instagram. Serious inquiries only. She working with a bunch of different content creators throughout all the sectors. She can help you with anything from views to viewer retention, thumbnails, monetization, copyright strikes, whatever it is. Make sure y'all tap in with Drea the Virgo on Instagram. While y'all over there, make sure y'all tap in with Divine Hair. Divine Hair for all your lock and braid needs. If you in the Los Angeles area, you need your locks retwisted, hair braided, make sure y'all tap in with my girl. She does good work. Let her know Gangland Neem sent you. But y'all comment down below, man. Let me know what y'all think of all this, because again, I see both sides of things. I see both sides of things, man, straight up. And I like these kind of conversations because it's good to see both sides argued. You know what I mean? I like this kind of conversation. Shout out to both them fellas for that. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Who do y'all side with? Are y'all on the fence like me? Do y'all see both sides? Or are you Spoety side? Or are you DoBoy side? Let me know in the comments. It's your boy Gangland Neem. Peace.